Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I'm doing a first impression and wear test of the Tatcha silk canvas primer. So if you're interested on my thoughts, how the application went, I will do a wear test as well, then keep on watching. The box looks like this. We have Tatcha, the Silk Canvas Filter Finish Protective Primer. It says that this is for all skin types, and the blurb reads, invisible layers of silk instantly filter away imperfections and impurities for alluring skin all day long and over time. So that makes me think this has an instant benefit and a skincare benefit over time. So this product claims to blur the look of pores, fine lines and uneven skin tone. Now I have all of the above, so I'm obsessed with that. I hope it lives up to that claim. It primes with silk powder for long-lasting flawless makeup. We'll see if that's correct too. It protects the skin from makeup and pollution, which I like the sound of, and colour corrects for a universal shade for a healthy soft focused glow, and it contains anti-aging Japanese superfoods to help restore the look of youthful radiance. So if it's as good as it sounds, I'm into it, and I have heard great things about this, so I'm super excited to try. It says for centuries geisha applied a thin layer of wax called bintsuke, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, geishas, to create a perfect canvas beneath their iconic white makeup. The silk canvas is a modern evolution of the geisha's secret for silky smooth skin. Okay, let's open her up. So it opens up and then we slide. Oh, this is protected with foil, so you know that your product is nice and fresh. Looks like this, so pretty, so aesthetically pleasing, and it comes with this cute little hygienic scooper. You just twist the cap off and there it is. Has a really delicate smell. I'm not getting much. So again, in the instructions it tells you a little bit about the history of how geishas put makeup on. And it talks about the fact that this contains an anti-aging complex of green tea, rice and algae, imparts a soft focused glow. Our makeup should slip on smoothly. It also says for every purchase you make, help brighten the future of a girl in a developing country. One full-size skincare purchase equals one day of school. Tatcha is proud to partner with Room to Read to make this change possible, so that's really nice to know. And the instructions state to glide the round scoop across the surface of the primer until it reaches, I don't know if you can see, yep, there's a little line on there, one between the fingers. Press makeup into the skin in upward strokes. So I'm going to do what it says, and I'm gonna glide this across the surface. I'll try and do it so you can see and I can see until it reaches the line. Oh, it's pretty cool. Okay, I've reached the line, so that is the recommended amount. So this is a pretty big primer. It contains 20 grams. The only way to get this in the UK where I live is to import it, so it's pretty pricey, but after seeing all the hype, I really wanted to see if it was a dream primer from heaven that I've heard about. So I'm going to warm it between my fingers and press into skin in upward strokes. It feels nice and silky. I'm getting more of the fragrance now that I've scraped it. And yeah, I'd just describe it as a kind of delicate, fresh fragrance. I'm not offended by it, but if you are someone that wants to avoid fragrance, let me check the ingredients list actually. Okay, so it's formulated without mineral oils, parabens, synthetic fragrances, sulfate detergents, phthalates, urea, DEA or TEA. So the fragrance that I'm getting is from natural sources, although I'm aware that some people are still even against those kinds of fragrances. I think I've done a good job pressing this in upward strokes. Now I'm looking in the mirror, and to be honest, I'm not blown away. I do see a slight amount of soft focus glow, bit of a blurring effect. The only skin prep I've done this morning is moisturised. It does look kind of smooth. Hasn't transformed my skin, but I guess the real test comes when I add foundation. So I'm going to do a fair test and use a foundation that I know I like. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. Just do 2 pumps of that. I use the shade 3 Fair if anyone's interested, and I'll apply my foundation like usual. I kind of massage it over the skin and then finish off with a beauty blender. Does seem to be going on very smooth. Point to Tatcha. I can feel the protective barrier that it talks about, and it does feel a little bit waxy. So if you're someone that likes your makeup to kind of melt into your skin, this is probably not the primer for you, because I feel like it's putting a barrier between my skin and the makeup, but it is going on extremely smooth. My lines haven't disappeared. Maybe my expectations for this primer were a little bit too high. I've got my damp beauty blender, so I'll just, oh, it is a very nice base, everyone. My first thoughts about this primer are that it's a really, really nice primer, but it's not blowing my socks off. I wouldn't be rushing to import trucks of this to the UK, but definitely nice. I will do a wear test to see if it has like exceptional impact in prolonging the wear of makeup. So that first layer's gone down, nice. My skin isn't flawless because I think none of the Charlotte Tilbury foundations give full block everything out coverage. I can still see imperfections peeking through. Let me look at my pores. It has done a good job filling in my pores. I'm just going to put one more pump on just out of curiosity to see how much you can kind of layer. My skin does look very smooth, and I'm not sure if you can see on camera, it does look a little bit glowy. Yeah. My pores aren't invisible, which is maybe what I was expecting from the price of this primer. I think I've been anticipating this for too long and just I've built my expectations up to maybe something that was quite unreasonable. What I'll do, I'll carry on with the rest of my complexion products to see how they all build, and then I'll do the rest of my makeup off camera and go about my day and come back after doing a wear test. Lines are still visible, pores are still visible. My makeup looks nice, but I was expecting a brand new face, to be honest. So I'm going to go in just under the eyes to brighten up with the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand in the shade Sunbeam. Now, I haven't heard many people talk about this, but I really love this product. It just brings so much light to bounce out of the shadowing underneath the hollows of my eyes. I really love it. Again, makeup is layering on nice and smooth over the primer. I'm not seeing any pilling or bunching. Yeah, my face is looking pretty nice and fresh. I am going to add concealer. I'll do the full base just to see how everything works over this primer. So this is the Shape Tape Concealer in light neutral. Just dab that on all my many imperfections, and I'm going to bounce in with my beauty sponge. that seems to have blended in really quickly. Not looking too cakey. To say I applied my foundation with a trowel and then added 2 types of concealer, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to contour too, so I'm going to cream contour with the amazing Beauty Pie Quick Colour Contour Super Gel, and this is in the shade 1. I'm just going to draw on some stripes. I love, love, love this contour. It is really subtle though. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm dabbing it in with a sponge, which will absorb a lot of the product, but I just love to give my face a subtle bit of shape. I don't like a stripy face. Again, makeup seems to be blending in really quickly and easily today. So you're growing on me, Tatcha. I am going to use the new Beauty Pie cream blush. So this is the Super Cheek cream blush, and I am going to use the shade Universal Pink, which I assume works for all skin tones. Now, I am obsessed with cream blush and I'm obsessed with Beauty Pie, so when I found out they'd launched one, I had to have it. Again, it's blending in so quickly today. Maybe there is something magic about this primer. I do like this blush, but it's a matte finish, which I didn't realise when I ordered it. I am obsessed with the Stila Convertible colour, which gives a bit of a sheeny finish. So that's just my preference, but that remains my favourite. Cream blush, the Convertible colour, the classic. I'll do highlight too. So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in the shade Spotlight. So I'll just give this a dab on the high points. Rather impressed. Everything blends in really quickly. My skin looks smooth and I'm loving it so far. So I will go in with my trusty Physicians Formula bronzer. I love the smell of this bronzer. I love everything about this bronzer, and I will just go over where I did that cream contour and a little bit on the neck so I'm all blended. Okay, beautiful. And then last one for complexion, Beauty Pie theme today. I'm going to use the One Powder Wonder, which comes in a universal shade, and I'm just going to use it's a stippling brush just to make sure I don't go too over the top, because powder can age me, but I must say this one from Beauty Pie is gorgeous. It reminds me a bit of the Hourglass Ambient Light powders, because it's just got such a lovely glowy finish and it doesn't make me look too flat. Okay, so I've got all my complexion products on and my skin doesn't look too crusty to say how much makeup I have caked on. The makeup went on really easily. I feel like it quickened my application time by quite a lot because I didn't need to do that much work blending. I am going to pop off camera and do the rest of my face makeup and I will be right back. And I'm back. So for anyone that's wondering, yes, I have matched my eyeshadow to my dress because I felt like it. So I've just added the eyes and the lips, and I must say my face does look a little bit, I want to say the word they use in the description, waxy. Now, I did build a lot of makeup on top, so that could be contributing. I did not use a ton of powder though. So it contains water, glycerin, some kind of leaf extract, squalene, titanium dioxide, dimethicone, hydrolyzed silk powder, fruit extract, stearic acid, does contain mica, does contain fragrance. Not that up on my ingredients. So yeah, I'm not sure if any of those chemicals I read about are a type of wax, or if they just reference the wax that geishas use. But my makeup does look kind of heavy and a bit flat. Pores are minimised. Don't see much of a difference on my lines. Maybe see a touch of a soft focused glow. But my makeup looks very, very done. So it does have dimethicone. It's not a light primer. Did make makeup go on silky. I might use this maybe for occasions when I needed to look really, really glam. Probably wouldn't be using it every day, to be honest. And although my makeup did go on smooth and fast, I don't love the finish. I still see my pores. So at this time, it's not living up to the hype for me, which I'm kind of shocked. I was expecting to fall in love. But it's going to save me some coin if I don't have to import this primer from abroad. So maybe that was a good thing. But I will check in again and show you how my makeup's worn, how it's lasted, to give you my final thoughts later on in the day. I think it's about 11:30 now, so I'll keep the makeup on for as long as I can, and I'll be right back. Hi, I am back, and I have now had this makeup on for about 7 hours. So I will give my final verdict. Now, the staying power is amazing. The blush has faded a bit, but we all know blush is the first thing to go. The foundation, the base is still on. My highlighter's still popping. I'm really, really impressed with the longevity this brings. My eyeshadow's faded, but I didn't put the primer on my eyelids, which apparently you can do, so I missed a trick there. Same thing, the lip gloss has obviously gone off my lips. I've had 2 meals since then, but apparently you can use the primer on your lips as well. I did a bit more research on the primer because, as you know, my initial thoughts were not that positive. And I know that everyone else in the world seems to love this. So I was trying to find out what I'd done wrong, and I think maybe I'd put a bit too much on, because even though I followed the instructions and grazed a little scooper up to the line, people are talking about applying a product the size of a grain of rice, which is significantly less than what I used, which was maybe why I was worried about looking a bit cake face. And like I said, I did put 3 pumps of foundation on as well. So with the amount of primer I put on, my lines are really visible. I can still see my pores, but I'm just wondering if I caked too much on. What I will do is experiment, use a bit less of the primer, see how I get on with it, wear it a few more times, and then put my thoughts in the description box to update you. But as for right now, what I would say about this, packaging is absolutely stunning. I would definitely want to leave this out somewhere where it's visible. You get a lot of product. See, I've used a tiny bit, probably should have used much less. As you can see, I've taken more than a rice sized grain out of that, which is maybe why my makeup looked a bit thick. Smells divine. Gives for a smooth application. My makeup blended on like a dream on top of that, and I found the application a lot faster than usual. It really does make a barrier between your skin and the makeup, because my skin usually eats makeup, but this is still going strong hours later. So loads of positives. I feel like my makeup did look heavier than I would have wanted it to, but I've described the reasons why that may be. Like I say, I shall experiment more and get back to you. Thank you for watching, everyone. I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.